Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I am the guy who picked Holly Holm to defeat Amanda Nunes. And I'm here to talk about Holly Holm versus Mayra Bueno Silva. Mayra Bueno Silva is 10-2, 10-2-1 as a pro, 31 years old, and she's giving up 2 inches of height and 2.5 inches of reach to 41-year-old Holly Holm, who is 15-6 as a pro. Holly, she's one of the best fighters ever. She's only been beaten by really, really, really good fighters, and most of them in 5-round championship fights or main events. And actually, all of them. All of them were in championship fights or main events. Valentina Shevchenko beat her by decision. Germaine de Randamie beat her by decision. Chris Cyborg and Ketlin Vieira beat her by decision. And the Ketlin Vieira and Germaine de Randamie fights probably should have gone the other way, especially with the horseshit fouls and late punches from Germaine de Randamie. But either way, those are very good fighters. And the two fighters to finish her are Misha Tate in round 5, epic comeback, rear naked choke, and Amanda Nunes, head kicked her in round 1. A little forgiveness there, I suppose. But Holly Holm, despite being able to beat really any one of the fighters that have beaten her, and arguably beating half of them, she's also beaten plenty of top contenders, current contenders, and she's looking very good as a 41-year-old. She hasn't slowed down a bit, still as athletic as ever, and unlike earlier in her career, way back when she was 39, she is a wrestler now. Not, primarily, but she's definitely got wrestling. Maybe primarily. What the fuck do I know? She's definitely more of a kicker than a puncher. But Holly Holm is a girl that can mix it up well. We've seen her use her wrestling, throw girls off their game. It's gotten plenty of success in her last few victories. Yana Santos, Megan Anderson, Irene Aldana. She mixes up her wrestling, and it served her very well. And on the feet, it's not like she's slowed down at all. She still is athletic and as fast as ever. Still does the ya thing, after every strike, but whatever. That's her shtick. And yeah, Holly Holm, it's weird saying, oh, she's in her prime because she's 41, but she looks like it. She does look like it. Her last loss was to Ketlin Vieira. I thought it was a close fight. I did score for Holly Holm. I think she won rounds 1, 3, and 5, and a lot of it was with crowding and smothering. But Holly, she's the more important thing is she scratches and claws, and she's got a lot of 5-round experience, and she's looked really good in 5-round fights. And against Irene Aldana, she almost got her out of there in round 5. Holly, there's no sign of her slowing down yet. Mayra Bueno Silva, this is a step up for her. She's got a 10-2 record. She's pretty much a submission artist, purely, although she can crack on the feet as well. But all of her wins, most of them come by submission anyway. 7 sub wins in her 10 victories overall. Just 1 TKO victory and 2 decisions. And both of her losses come by decision. The 2 girls to beat her are Marina Moroz and Manon Fior. Marina Moroz, that fight was pretty close, the Marina Moroz fight. The Manon Fior fight wasn't really, but the Marina Moroz fight was close. Still, I thought Moroz won, and she ended up getting her on her back in the first 2 rounds. And that was the difference maker, in the points battle. Her 1 draw comes to Montana De La Rosa, a fight that I thought she lost, to be honest. I thought she lost the first 2 rounds and won the 3rd. But it is what it is. And she was deducted a point for grabbing the fence as well, which, means that she would have won a decision, I believe. I think there was a majority draw, and that, she would have won a decision without the point deduction, but whatever. Maybe she would have been taken down without grabbing the fence. So it is what it is. But Bueno Silva, she's gotten some solid submission victories. She's the only girl to tap out Jillian Robertson. Beautiful armbar in round 1. She beat Stephanie Egger with an armbar in round 1. Unless you ask Stephanie Egger, then she didn't tap. Romero Borella got her out of there with an armbar. She got a knee bar victory in her last win against Lena Landsberg. Got her out of there with the 2nd round knee bar, which is the only submission win of hers that comes outside of the 1st round. But which is cool. But that's over a 40-whatever-year-old who looks 40-whatever years old, unlike Holly Holm, who is the opposite of Lena Landsberg as far as speed goes. She got that girl Mayana out of there in the Contender Series with a ninja choke up against the cage. Showed she was pretty deadly there. Mayana Kellum, or Mayana Souza now. But Mayra Bueno Silva, she, I want to see her go 5 rounds. But she did go 5 rounds actually against Diane Firmino. Really solid regional fighter, Diane Firmino. And it was a split decision, but I wasn't able to see the fight. I have no idea how that fucking fight looked. I tried to do some research. I don't know. But the fact that she did go 5 rounds and it was a competitive fight and she walked away the victor, it does bode well for her. Again, though, she could have lost rounds 4 and 5, and that would be something. But I don't know how that fight played out. I know against Wu Yunan in the UFC, she was looking good early, and then Wu, I thought, won round 3. So there's that. But overall, Mayra Bueno Silva, she's a girl that if she can't dominate you physically, if she can't win the physicality battle, she's up against it, I think. I think Holly Holm here is going to duplicate the performance of, really could be Marina Moroz, but really more Manon Fior. Manon Fior on the feet and Marina Moroz if she gets her down. I do think Holly will actually mix in some takedowns when she's feeling safe, but that's after some success on the feet. Which, on the feet, I don't know how, if Holly's going to have too much success at range. You would think she'd be the perfect fighter at range, but Holly's instincts, much like Yana Kunitskaya, are to crowd you against the cage and not use her long, tall, athletic striking. So, regardless of how it goes, I'm expecting Holly Holm to win the points battle. I'm expecting her to win the points battle, maybe even mix in some takedowns, but really hurt Mayra Bueno Silva down the stretch, and at the very least, neutralize her. So Holly Holm is the pick. I think it's a really smart pick because she has not really slowed down here. The one girl to submit her is Miesha Tate, and that was in the 5th round. Holly is a very tough girl, and even that was a technical submission. It's not like Holly was looking to tap. She went out cold. Mayra Bueno Silva, again, all of her finishes come in round 1, aside from the one against Lena Landsberg, who is slow as slow. So I think Mayra Bueno Silva via first round submission would be my only play, and I did play that at plus 800 where it's sitting now. But really, Holly Holm is the pick. Holly Holm winning a decision is plus 115. I just played her money line at minus 150. It's 5 rounds. A lot of shit can go wrong. But no doubt about it, the pick is decision. I've got Holly Holm winning a decision. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit, and check out my other videos.